It's very easy to dislike Adonis Superman Stevenson. 24-1 with 20 kills, the WBC ring recognized light heavyweight champion of the world. But see, when it comes to his manager, advisor, promoter, Al Heyman, thank you, Al Heyman, thank you so much, seriously, thank you. You have to say Al Heyman is not good for him. Of course, Adonis Stevenson, at his age, he should be concerned about money. If I'm correct, 37 years old, something like that, or if not close or a little under. Let's not sugarcoat it. He was supposed to fight Sergey Kovalev on HBO. That much is known. We thought that, okay, well, maybe he'll fight Bernard Hopkins. That much was known. Now no Kovalev, now no Hopkins. And on December the 19th, 2014, we get Adonis Superman Stevenson, our light heavyweight champion of the world, fighting Dmitry Sukhotsky. I am TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live, Real Combat Media, and I cover boxing. So I guess with no further ado, I should introduce you to Mr. Adonis Stevenson via his last post-fight interview on HBO. Then we're going to talk. Please subscribe.
Just tell me a second ago.
He's a midget. He's a midget. I remember that. He's a midget.
This is what he was saying to you. That Bellew was doing a lot of talking on the lead up to this fight.
I'm a Tony Bellew fan too.
Yes. He said I'm a dwarf. The dwarf knocked him out, man.
He said you were a dwarf and the dwarf knocked him out.
Yeah, I told him when he's gonna feel my power, I'm gonna drop him out. But I know he's coming here and he give me everything, you know. I know he's a #1 contender, and you know when you are #1 contender, I was in the situation, and I know he's come here and he give me all possible he want to take my title.
In the corner before what turned out to be the final round, Sugar Hill told you what you're doing isn't exactly working. I want you to explode, and I want you to move him to where you want him to be.
Yeah, that's he told me, and I do it. After that, I'm moving when I'm doing I want to see him. So I just move.
Just listen. I know. Just listen.
Very well because he was moving a lot.
It's only like
so
1 minute and a half left.
And give it a good shot.
This is quite a calendar year for you. You avenge your only professional defeat by knockout. You win the light heavyweight championship by knockout. You defend it against the Tavares Cloud by knockout, and now you knock out your mandatory, all in not many rounds. Where does this rank in terms of
4 times in 2013 he fought?
Yeah, I fight 4 times, and I knocked everybody out under 1 year. I know now I need a vacation because I fight 4 times and this is hard now, so I need a vacation now. Hey, Quebec City, what's up?
All right. So you're talking vacation, but the boxing world's talking Kovalev. You have a lot of options right now. What are your thoughts about Kovalev?
I don't have a problem if HBO put the money. I don't have a problem. But the face of Quebec City, you want Carl Fraud or Bernard Hopkins? You see it?
So you're more interested in Fraud or Hopkins than Kovalev?
But Kovalev is a good fight too, but...
because he's considered your biggest threat right now.
Yeah, I don't have a problem for Kovalev, but right now, the fans of Quebec City and Canada, you want Carl Fraud and...
No, they don't.
Bernard Hopkins, because, Carl Krusher and Bernard Hopkins, and Pascal and Bhop was defeated, so that's the phase 1. But I don't have a problem to fight Kovalev. If the money is right, no problem.
Thanks, champion.
It's just and then soon we saw him buying a new Jaguar, if I was correct. He was Instagramming or doing Vine pictures of him like shopping for new cars. Like, yeah, you see big ass smile. You see him getting a nice new apartment with a skyline condo, and still no Kovalev. So Bernard Hopkins and Sergey Kovalev have fought. Sergey Kovalev is now the IBO, IBF, WBO, and WBA 175-pound champion in the world. And where does Adonis Stevenson go when Sergey Kovalev, an HBO fighter, by the way, has all the belts? Dmitry Sukhotsky. Now, I said myself that Bernard Hopkins should fight Adonis Stevenson next, but for some reason, now fans are going to hate me for this, but Adonis Stevenson is good, but Sukhotsky hasn't been stopped before. And also, looking at what Fonfara did, expect this to be an exciting fight. But when it comes to what the fans want, we haven't gotten what we want from Adonis Stevenson. This is 2 fights now in 2014. Now, he took his vacation because he fought 4 times in 2013. He fought Fonfara in May the 24th, if I'm correct. And now we're in December. So Hopkins and Kovalev fought in November. He had plenty of time to seal up either or those fights. Kathy Duva of Main Event has not had any contact or heard anything from Adonis Stevenson camp. Adonis Stevenson is B-side when it comes to negotiating with Main Event and Sergey Kovalev. Now, Main Event, I don't know if they will still do business with Al Heyman, especially after what happened with the fallout of the verbal agreement that Adonis Stevenson, and written basically from my understanding that Adonis Stevenson was supposed to fight Sergey Kovalev. I don't know if they would, or if Al Heyman would be comfortable being B-side in that situation. And that's the politics in boxing. And this is a situation where you can say Al Heyman is bad for boxing just because we know that with the politics involved and the way his contracts work and the way he treats his fighters, which is no problem with treating your fighters good, but he wants to have control over where they go. So you'll fight ranked opponents, but you won't fight dangerous opponents. You won't fight opponents that the fans want to see. And we have been seeing that, and that's what it's about. Al Heyman fighters fighting opponents that the fans want to see, and Adonis Stevenson is the perfect example. Now, another situation where Adonis Stevenson is now in either a title hole is because guess what? Sergey Kovalev and Jean Pascal are going to be fighting. It's not fully official yet, but yes, it's basically official. So when you look at now Adonis Stevenson, Adonis Stevenson may have been fighting Jean Pascal in April in the Bell Center in Montreal. Now he has nobody to fight or even remotely close next. Now you heard him talking about Carl Froch. Carl Froch's not trying to hear that shit. What? Adonis Stevenson, Lucien Boutte? Ha! We all know how that's probably going to go. But then we don't, there's so many questions. But you have to look at the fact that, whether it's him or his manager or not, you can tell by listening to that he had no intentions on fighting Sergey Kovalev. He ducked him. Simple as that. Now he did say he wanted Hopkins, but I bet he probably wanted Hopkins more than ever. But Hopkins is a golden boy fighter, and I don't know what the relationship with Hopkins and Al Heyman is at this point in time, if you get what I'm saying. And I don't know if Hopkins is just an HBO fighter now, even though we know he can fight, on Showtime as well. Just don't know. I am TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. RealCombatMedia.com. Please subscribe.